my son, John Andrew, came into my office and he said, "Dad, can I talk to you?" And I said, "Sure, buddy. What do you want? Come on in." And he said, "Dad, you ever notice that you talk about the faith like all the time?" And I was just like, well, like I'm trying to be obedient to this thing here. But I was kind of getting ticked off because he had a little bit of an attitude. And I said, "Yeah." And he said, "You're kind of like a Jesus freak." And that made me mad. I was like, "What do you mean?" And he said, "You're talking about the faith all the time." And I said, "Oh, okay, I got that." And then I was really mad. So I just said, Deuteronomy 6. He said, "There you go again." I was bringing it up. Well, I had just recently read Deuteronomy 6, and so I know what it says. So I go to my shelf and pull that up my Bible off the shelf. And so he opened it up, and it's to Deuteronomy 6, and it said, "You shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your strength." And take these words to heart. And so he took the Bible and he closed it kind of like, okay. And I said, no, keep reading, open it back up. So then he opened it back up, kind of ticked at me. And then it goes on to say, take these words to heart. And then it says in this particular translation, it says, drill these into your children. Drill these into your children. And then the rest of it says, recite them when you are at home and when you are away, when you lie down and when you get up. Bind them on your arm as a sign and let them be as a pendant on your forehead. And so he read all that and I said, now you can stop. And so he closed the Bible and he walked out of my office and I was just like, yeah, like I won that one. I wasn't winning though. The reality was, yeah, I might have won that battle, but I was absolutely losing the war. I was losing the war for my son's heart. And he told me after, he's like, "Dad, I wanted you to talk to me and like play football with me and talk to me about Peyton Manning and how the Colts were doing. And instead you're trying to make everything into a faith lesson." And so like I was missing that when it came to learning the faith and teaching the faith. What is the faith? The faith, what, if you just say, the faith, what is that just a bunch of dogmas of the church? Well, yeah, they're dogmas, but they all point to one thing. And that one thing is that God is love. He's loving relationship. And so like we're made to be in relationship with God, and that's about like interacting with people and talking, and not just talking, spouting truths all the time. And so like I was really enthusiastic about the faith, but I wasn't enthusiastic about the relationship that I needed to be having with my son. So like I was missing the half of it. And he even said in that thing from John Paul II, it said, if you do this in a family setting impregnated with love and respect, and it says the parents themselves profit from this effort that this demands of them, for in a catechetical dialogue of this sort, each individual both receives and gives. And it was like, you know what? I'm out here just giving, but I am not receiving from my children. I'm not listening to them. And so that really changed my way of looking at my fatherhood and my faith, and how I needed to be like paying more attention and being a dad who doesn't just like know these individual truths of the faith, but a dad who knows the heart of my son and of my children. And it was clear to me that my oldest son was like the spokesperson for the family. He came on behalf of his siblings. They were too young to say what was really going on, but he was old enough to be able to say it. And so that totally changed how I approached my family.